we want customization in the games. That's why, things are customization, like the actual character customization, clothing options is so beloved. It's why Scarlet and Violet, a lot of people were really disappointed with the lack of the clothing options. It's why the secret bases from Gen 3 and Gen 4 were so beloved. And then Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl kind of got some flack for that because they dumbed down what you could do with your secret base in the underground in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And so that's one thing. And then on that note too, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, you're flying around on a Hisuian Braviary. Dusty is, Soul is, I am, Jake is, Toby is. Everyone is flying around on a Hisuian Braviary. Let me pick my different Pokemon that I can ride on, and maybe it's not locked to the move Surf
for sure.
And it's just like there's a category of Pokemon that can be ridden on water. There's a category of Pokemon that can be ridden in the sky. And it's customizable like that. I hate on Let's Go so much, but that is one thing that Let's Go did amazingly is that I could ride, now it was through the Surf HM, I'm pretty sure, but I could ride on a Lapras. I could ride on a Gyarados. I could ride on a this, I could ride all these different Pokemon that fit the bill. It wasn't just Lapras like it is in Sun and Moon. It wasn't just, Koraidon like it is in Scarlet,
It's another form of expression. Also, like, when you're, like, we talk about immersion, right? Honestly, this is just, this whole video has been great, because it's like, it's just reminding me that, like, Pokemon is an RPG first. It's a role-playing game. I want to live out my Pokemon fantasy however I would normally do that. If the Pokemon games are a portal into the world, I should be able to have that full customization. And it's not, and what I'm talking about is not like that hard. Like, they already have the technologies to do things like these ride Pokemon. Basically, every Pokemon would just be designated with like one of, let's say 5 or 8 different things, depending on what it can do. Like Charizard can fly. Where would the trainer model go on the Pokemon? They would just put it wherever that would make the most sense on the Charizard, right? But yeah, just like, Mudsdale can be ridden, Sharpedo can be surfed on. Like, just pick and choose what makes the most sense. And they can also exclude things that don't make sense, like Dodrio and non-flying birds aren't going to be able to fly you. That's all it needs to be.
Well, maybe Dodrio could.
No, it can't do it.
It's like
it can't.
spinning its heads helicopter style.
It flies in new Pokemon Snap. I've seen it. I had to take a picture.
I didn't even see that yet. You're ahead of that game. I gotta get back to it. But yeah, I think ride Pokemon is another thing, especially like with open world games. Like, most of the gameplay experience is going to be in the overworld. Like, make that more customized. Make that more of an experience.
Exactly.
This was 100% on my list. I was probably going to say it next.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like literally I don't want a Rotom bike anymore. Like, I don't want the Rotom to be my ride.
No, I agree with you.
I want Pokemon to be my ride.
Totally.
And like, you pick it,
And going back to like
my ride Pokemon.
If ride Pokemon are a continuation of like the original HM mechanic, like HMs, got annoying over time, but back in the day they really were part of the quote unquote challenge, right? Of these original games. Like, it's part of the balance. It's like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but the function of the HM, like, you do need to make a sacrifice. You do need to sacrifice one of your Pokemon's moves in order to be able to have a skill that helps you not only in battle, but also in the overworld, right? That's just kind of some of the functionality, right?
I think, though, that, like, even removing the HM and just making it where, like, different Pokemon can do different things without an HM. Like, Charizard does not need Fly for you to fly on it.
Yeah.
I think that works really well, especially now, because now the thing is, it is sacrifice. I have 6 Pokemon I can put on my team, and I have to make the choice to go, if I want to be able to fly around, one of those 6 out of 1,025 plus Pokemon has to be a Pokemon that fits that category.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think my main point was that like this level of customization existed since the very first Pokemon games. This is, I think what I'm just trying to stress is like a lot of these things aren't like new to the series. They just haven't been implemented in a correct way for a,
absolutely,
for like a AAA video game. Right.
Right. And like back then, flying on Charizard meant, seeing a little black blob fly out and pick us up, and that was it,
Totally.
But like this is, I would actually
Very
get
different.
to see me riding on the back of a Charizard, or me holding on to a Lapras's neck sailing the ocean,
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see
Yep.
if I can find like a little, I'm looking to see if there's like a,
Yeah, and you see they've kind of done it, because they've even in Scarlet and Violet revisited Pokemon and going, okay, well, this Pokemon can swim, but this Pokemon's going to stand on a raft
totally
on the water, and this Pokemon's going to fly above the water.
Oh yeah, here we go.
They did all of that in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think that's so true. We talk about like competitive. We talk about like catching. We talk about like the role playing element, but also like navigating the open world is just as integral to, especially when we're talking about an open world experience, a Pokemon game. So that's a great entry,
100%.
guys.